welcome back. We are on set now with Matthew Shank from M Place Productions. Hi Matt, how are you?
Laura, I'm good. It's great to be out of the house. That's what my fiance said. Yes, she's like, go somewhere. Yes.
She's sick of you, huh?
I'm excitable. Let's just say that we have a lot of fun, but she likes the break.
Kind of like having a puppy. It sounds like.
Yes, Shalane would actually. Yes, that's the perfect description of me.
So, well, it sounds like you have a wonderful relationship going on there. Tell us what you do first, Matt.
I do wedding photography and cinematography. We specialize in those two services for weddings. That's why we're here.
Really? For weddings? I had no idea. All right, so what is your number one tip for brides planning a wedding right now?
It's funny because my tip would be the same as it would be on any bride any year. When it comes to weddings, I can fix anything in post, basically. I can fix a mistake, something that happens, something goes wrong. What I can't fix is the way you look at each other, the way you love each other, and the way you smile. So what I would say honestly is that no matter what happens now, leading up to the wedding, all the stress, all the planning, on the day of, you have to let it all go and be in the moment and live the love. You've worked too hard, you've gone through too much to get to this place. Mm-hmm. So my number one advice is still the same. On the day of, be in the moment and love each other, because that's what it's about.
That's great. And that really is important because, we tease my mom a lot because she looks like she wanted to pull my dad's head off in her wedding picture.
I'm just really glad that you brought your mom into the conversation. Now I can talk about mine. My mom's going to be excited.
So what do you want brides to know about your service?
When it comes to service, and especially what we do, I think with photo and video, it's important to realize that we're one of the few things you keep. You really keep like the rings, you keep your significant other, and you keep what we create. And you really actually pass down the photos and videos for generations to come. So I would say the most important thing to realize is that this is a service that has value beyond the day of, and that you really look back and remember the day in such a better way sometimes because of it. So I'd say that's the biggest thing to realize about what we do is it lives on from the day of.
Absolutely. How have things changed for you, and how are you planning ahead for weddings in the future?
It's a big question. Things have for sure changed, but we're still booking a lot, and we're also seeing a lot of postponements for brides currently, and it's a mix depending on their own individual situation. So I'd say the biggest things that we're working through and planning is flexibility, and I think as an industry, flexibility is important. Their experience of that is important. So having flexibility that if they need to postpone, no problems on our end. We will move with you. For us, all of our costs are really mostly the day of and a little bit pre-planning. So it's easy for us to do that without charging an additional fee, without any type of an issue. So I think the biggest thing that we've done in taking care of clients and being really helpful is just having flexibility in what they're planning.
Very cool. So obviously you are a photographer. Tell me about photography. What is the important thing to know here?
It's interesting. For photos, you'd think I would say I talk about light or cameras or how we get a perfect picture, but I actually don't think that's what I will talk about. I think it's more important to talk about experience. As a photographer, surprisingly, we're more involved in the wedding than almost any other venue as like a voice. We are directing photos, we're helping people get ready, we're telling you how to pose, and we're engaged with everyone throughout the wedding experience. The only person you hear more is the DJ on the mic, really, and the minister. And so for that, I would say focus on experience. Focus on a photographer you like. Of course, you have to like their style, you have to like their photos, you have to like their imagery. That's a big part of being the photographer. But for a wedding day, I would say make sure you find a photographer that values your experience of your wedding just as much as the art of your wedding.
Yeah, I've always said, you have to be able to mesh with your photographer because you literally are spending the day with them just as much as your
We're buddies.
Spouse.
We're buddies. It's good to have a puppy along.
You're in my face, like.
It's pretty.
Hey, everyone likes puppies, so everyone likes
6 feet
Matt.
now. I'm less in your face now.
Well, fortunately, cameras are made nowadays that we can get that detail shot and get that beautiful shot without really truly getting in someone's face anyway.
And I think that's an important thing to recognize is that no matter what your preferences, we can give you as much space as you want because lenses do that, and we can still get beautiful imagery.
Absolutely.
So we do have an element of safety in what we do, for sure.
Very cool. Well, tell us about the cinema aspect of things.
It's interesting because for video, it's very much about the experience. Like what we do talking all day long and engage with people is so opposite for video. We're really quiet because if we record me talking, you hear me talking your entire wedding video, and that's not what you really want. So for video, I actually ask clients to focus on style and editing. In photography, it's a lot about experience, I believe, just as much as art. But in video, I would say the real magic of the day is so much more in the editing post-production that we do, where we're creating the story for you. So look at someone's style, look at their edit, and make sure it aligns with the vision you want for your wedding film.
Very cool. And so obviously everyone who's watching this now, they already know you're a talker, Matt. So you personally, do you prefer to do the photo or the cinema?
It depends on the client.
Okay.
Yeah, it really depends on how they want their story told. If they value video more for them, I'll actually be there. If they value photo more, I'll be there. And that really has to do with just, I will use my skills to the best of my ability to capture their area that they're more invested in. I do find clients are often more invested in one or the other. While they still value both, I'd say one is very specific, like my photos I want, my video I want, I have this experience, so I'd say that's important.
Very cool. Well, I'm glad that you put yourself in the place of what's most important to them. As the owner of the business, it really shows that you're really trying to make sure that they get what they want in the end.
I think that's what I think as creatives we always should do, is recognize that it's not about creating art for us, it's about creating art for them. How do we tell their story? How do we share their story? And really, what does that look like for them? Because each bride and groom is a unique story and a unique day. I did one wedding where all we did was interview their bridesmaids and groomsmen because that's all they wanted. I didn't interview them once because they're like, we don't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
And their video was a beautiful story of them from their wedding party's perspective.
That's wonderful. Well, thanks for telling us. That's
Yeah.
a really great behind-the-scenes detail there. Well, let our viewers know how they can get a hold of you, Matt.
Snail mail. You can only mail me letters. If you don't mail me a letter, I don't no. Anyway, you get a hold of everybody. Hit my website.
Do you
call,
even know your own
email,
address?
Text.
I mean, come on. People
My
don't
email's
snail mail
Matt
anymore.
at InPlace Productions. We got weddings at InPlace Productions. Adam at InPlace. Just email us, call us, text us, Instagram us, whatever.
All right, so mplaceproductions.com
That's a great
is where
place.
they should check you out. Awesome. Well, we are going to get a commercial going where you get another vendor up. Thank you so much for being here, Matt, and we will see you soon.
Good to see you guys. I'm back home now.